Origin Jumpworks is my favourite ship manufacturer in Star Citizen, designed to be the pinnacle of beauty and sophistication. But many of their ships sit well below the game's current standard of quality, and they haven't released a new ship in over 4 years. Until now. This is the M80, Origin's first dedicated heavy fighter. It's one of the fastest ships in its class, carries a lot of firepower, and most importantly for me, it looks incredible. It combines the power and presence of a delta-wing jet fighter with the sculpted lines and intricate curves of a hypercar, and that adds up to make this ship a work of art. I particularly like how the darker sections wrap around the aft of the ship like a cloak. I'm a big fan of cloaks. Also, the rear landing gear complements this look beautifully. Now, this is Origin's first small ship in over half a decade, and it does look quite different from any of its predecessors. The front of the nose in particular has more in common with the Kruger Wolf than with anything from Origin, and I suspect that both ships came from the same design house, like how this Ferrari and this Peugeot were both designed by Pininfarina. But don't let the pointy nose and silver paint job fool you. This is still an Origin design through and through. This shape, which defines the front of a lot of Origin's ships, is also here, just a little bit further back. There's a wing in the shape of a rear spoiler, like on every other small ship from this manufacturer. The engines are all sorts of intricate shapes, but here they're melded into the hull instead of being surrounded by it. The way the canopy sits slightly separate from the hull reminds me of the X1, and it took me way too long to realise this, but this ship does have headlights, and they're a somewhat similar shape to those on the 300 series. This is a new Origin, but it's still Origin. So essentially what the exterior is doing is taking familiar Origin design elements and changing them slightly to make something new, and the interior does the same thing. The space is framed with light strips and smooth white panelling like on the 300 series, but here the white panelling is more expansive, sitting behind the darker areas rather than in front of them, making the space feel more open despite being completely closed in. And I have to say, with how much darker the 100 and 300 series interiors are than their concept designs, it's refreshing to see a lighter space here. The room itself forgoes a kitchen and bathroom to focus almost entirely on component access, framing the larger component bays as the central feature of the walls. The pilot's seat floats in a large white void, with the cockpit hovering above it like a portal to another world, while the bed sits in a luminous clamshell nestled cosily in the shadows of the ship's mechanical systems. And most striking of all is the colour. A startling mix of pink and purple, with the blue light strips fading into red towards the bottom and aft of the ship. It's bold and brash and honestly a bit confronting, but I think that's the point. This isn't a touring vessel like the rest of Origin's lineup, nor is it a no-nonsense fighting machine like other heavy fighters. The M80 is all about the drama, swooping in, hitting hard, and leaving the rest of the battlefield staring in shock and wonder as it disappears into the distance. Its motto is "Looks can kill," and the narration on its commercial says that power needs to be seen. This ship is a diva, and the flashy interior design drives that point home excellently. But my favourite part of this ship is how it feels to fly. The crisp, clean lines and muted colours of the cockpit make it feel calm and focused. The raised canopy offers a great view of the surroundings, like in a motor glider. That's something I'll never forget. And the sound design is amazing. It's like the sound of a passenger jet as heard from inside the cabin, which is one of my favourite sounds. And when combined with everything else, it makes flying the M80 a meditative experience. It makes you feel one with the ship in the best way possible. So to summarise my thoughts on the M80, I'm a big fan. Is it a bit mad and overdramatic? Yes, but my goodness is it beautiful. And on top of that, it's also a dream to fly. I don't know that I'll ever get one since it's a combat ship and my video game combat skills are...
There he is. There he is. No, not there. Other way. Not there. No, the other way. Yes. Yes. No, you're facing it the wrong way.
Oh, there he is.
But it is a great source of inspiration. And also, if this is what Origin can do now, I can't wait to see what they make next.